Hello to everyone out there. I'm Poetic Heretic, and today I have another story from Mysterious Universe that starts out quite silly and funny and just plain bizarre, but then does a complete 180 and actually becomes very dark and serious and kind of disturbing. So be ready for that. So let us get right to it. It is called Police Stop Exorcism in the Lumber Aisle of Home Depot by Jocelyn LeBlanc. Police in Dickson City, Lackawanna County, Pennsylvania, of course it would have to be Pennsylvania where I am, were called into a very peculiar situation when individuals were performing an exorcism in the lumber aisle of a Home Depot store. On the Dickson City Police Department's Facebook page, they wrote that on June 21st at 3:26 p.m., quote, Commerce Boulevard at Home Depot for disorderly people having an exorcism in the lumber aisle for the dead trees. They were escorted out of the building, end quote. One of the officers described what happened, quote, There were two people hanging out in the lumber department doing their little exorcism thing. It was a seance type of thing for the dead. Some people at the store started picking up that something was happening that was not necessarily normal. Police were called to the store and they were escorted out of the building, end quote. He went on to say that the individuals involved with the exorcism will not be charged. The individuals were performing an exorcism in the lumber aisle of Home Depot. While this seems incredibly unusual as exorcisms are normally performed on people and not lumber, this actually isn't the first time that it has been conducted on trees. One example is a large oak tree in Oak Hammock Park, Port St. Lucie, Florida, that is said to be exceptionally evil. So you've heard of Florida man. I guess this is a Florida tree, but maybe we shouldn't joke about this. According to the story, in 1971, a serial killer tortured, killed, and buried two teenage girls under the tree. Ever since that horrific event happened, there have been reports of satanic rituals being performed at the tree. There were apparently numerous attempts to cut down the tree, but the chainsaws wouldn't turn on. When a cross-cut saw was used, the teeth of the blade all fell out, and when an axe was tried, the axe head fell off the handle. Needless to say, the area by the tree is said to be haunted by the two teenagers, as several people have heard disembodied screams, feeling cold spots, and having the doors to the park's bathroom being inexplicably slammed shut. Hooded figures have been seen in the woods as well, and cameras malfunction when near the tree. You see a tree pictured here, but it is in fact, as noted, not the tree in Oak Hammock Park. The countless reports of devil worshipping was a cause of concern, so in 1992, a priest went to the location and performed an exorcism on the oak and put a cross at the site. But that didn't stop the satanic rituals as the worshippers kept on returning to the location. Additionally, the cross was knocked over in 1994. Another interesting spot is in Bernards Township, New Jersey, where the quote-unquote devil's tree is located. According to legends, murders and suicides have taken place around the tree, which is said to be cursed and will cause harm to anyone who attempts to cut it down. One particular feature about the tree is that snow will not fall around it. I couldn't find any information stating that an exorcism took place at the tree, but with its sinister reputation, it may be the perfect candidate for one. And that is the story, dear viewers. I don't know what to say about that. I've never heard of trees being haunted or possessed or anything like that. I guess it's maybe theoretically possible, although I would think that anything that's a part of nature should kind of just tend to not accept that kind of energy or sort of lessen it or whatever. But who knows? I just thought this was a really, really weird story. And the first part of it about the exorcism in the lumber aisle was just so deliciously bizarre and weirdly funny that I could not talk about it. But then the second part was actually quite tragic, some of what was described, and the sighting of hooded figures and stuff like that is certainly very, very ominous indeed. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm Poetic Heretic. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you next time.